catalog and how the industry leads engage with the territory managers and industry analysts to enter these registrations based on the cross-route and taxonomy. Well, how does the territory managers engage with account executives to give insights and give the transparency between qualified leads and what's going on in the industry catalog? So sales research agents is so important and impactful, especially coming in with the new sales enterprise features with Copilot. So with sales research agent, you configure the agent where the seller or territory manager can create these workspaces where they can establish prompts to engage these configured business functions. Business functions allow a targeted AI session or reasoning against a context and date connected data from the I call it the Seaport catalog in Dataverse, right? Seaport, you're going to hear me say that a lot because it's claiming partner of record. The whole idea is to get these different phases of orchestration with the sales enterprise solution to create these AI agentic hypothesis synthesizers to create these wave of projects for transformation, AI enablement. So I got that phase 3 working by clarifying a design for the industry team to create some different validation layers with the industry catalog. So these business functions allow the territory managers to create the grounded insights um, for the industry catalog for account executives, right? So everything follows this flow here where we can map the different regulatory registrations and territories to the account identity to bring in different industry codes and compliance domains for that registration and be able to reason across some insights and analytics for the account executive, right? Sorry, sorry that GitHub don't support all the different mermaid diagrams that you create in for Markdown files, but part of the reasoning context in sales and research agent is to go into the risk and time driven insights on that client's industry, right? And that helps us create the different insights for territory managers and account executives. We're going to go into different business functions where looking at the different territory compliance risk monitors, right? Um, account executive insight briefings and the workflow. Like this diagram here goes into the actual industry analyst registration. So we've already covered that part, but these here, we're going to go into the Sales Hub app very soon to cover the configuration of these different sales business functions for the sales research agent. All right, sales research agent. I think this is much more cleaner than normal Copilot Studio engagements because it uses Copilot on the back end, but the sales research agent it creates a targeted workspace where sellers can have their history of engagement with the defined business functions. And for example, let's say if you want to create a business function, you're able to kind of configure these business functions for sellers or account executives to reason over in their workspace. For example, a territory risk monitor, right? You enter the description of the business function, the name of it, the actual business context, right? And the instructions to reason over the data. Because you have the business context, but how do you interoperate with the data to create the different targeted business function insights? Of course, you come up with different starter prompts to deal with those different, to deal with the outcome of the business function. Advanced settings allow you to connect to different data sources. So I want these 3 business functions to be targeted around the data model for the industry catalog. And I gave in the data instructions on how to deal with the different data sources of the industry catalog to align the different instructions for that business function. So it's a very simple setup. It gives a targeted context for reasoning. So let's go run some account executive insights. Like I said before, we're able to register these predefined prompts, right? So let's see how that operates. I don't have much data in the industry catalog. Like you said before, it's only about 4 different regulatory industries that's mapped to that different crosswalk. So let's see the evaluation of this sales research agent. We're not expecting some good output yet. I'm gonna kind of keep doing some regulatory registrations and create like about 50 to 100 entries, and then run them through the pipeline and role play So to be able to really surface the insights needed in the sales research agent's business function. So we're gonna be able to look at this, see what this looks like. Now we can name this workspace, right? Let's say we're gonna call this AI Engines AE Insights Workspace. Now the benefit of this is that whatever I'm doing in my workspace, I can come back and pick it up later. So it's always these threads of sessions always tracked to where I can share it with other people on my team. So the workspace, the context of the workspace and the output of the reasoning between that business function and the prompts is always secure in the user's workspace. Everybody has their own workspace. So that's what's beautiful about sales research agents, that I can share the workspace out with other colleagues and they can reason over my workspace, you know? So like I said before, it's just more with the sales enterprise features with that license, just a more robust scenario to really bridge the gap between the duality of the territory managers and the industry team to be able to surface those insights to account executives. So let's see how it comes out. Like I said before, I'm not expecting it to be a nice a nice result. Again, I don't have much data in terms of regulatory registrations and some of the different approvals and tasks that goes on there. Like I said, like there's no the actual trend that's happening is there's no real data in there. So um, what I like about a sales research agent is it kind of shows your work and shows you what it did to query the data and reason over the data. And this is powerful for other colleagues that get to share to this workspace. They can share this output with other analysts to run queries against the TDS endpoint of Dataverse to validate these insights. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's powerful about this research agent, that you get this work shown to you about how it came up with those results. Like I said before, there's no real data in my Dataverse environment. I only have about 4 entries in there against that default data. So a year-over-year pipeline for the last 24 months, you're not really going to get any recent results. Um, so that's pretty much it with the sales research agent. We're able to really surface some transparency between territory managers and account executives in an individual seller's workspace and to be able to share that out